What's up, guys? Fire's Frost here. We're here today to talk about some of the new itemization that's coming out in Season 11 that's dropping actually tomorrow. Um, I think it's better to do an in-game demonstration just because it's easier to do. We're going to put some points in, and then we're going to buy a bunch of gold. So this is going to talk about the support itemization. We're going to talk about it. So first, before we even start, there are two big changes. The first one being other than the shop icon, got an item set here. There's two big changes here before we start. First up are mythics. Okay, minions. Mythics, and then second are CDR changes. So first up are these things called mythics. They are a new class of item, but you can only buy one of them. So as you can see here, I can't buy it. They have these really cool things, as you can see here on Shirelia's. Mythic passive grants other items 2.5% move speed. Locket grants aura. Imperial Mandate grants ability power, etc., etc. So you can only buy one of these, right? You can't go Shirelia's and Locket anymore. You can't build, Sunfire and Protobelt anymore. I mean, I don't know who would, but I hope you get my point. The second one is CDR changes. So as you can see here, it's called Ability Haste, and it says equivalent to CDR 5%. So we're gonna actually swap over to here. 10 CDR is about 11 haste, and then 40 CDR is about 67 haste. I think the easiest one was like right here. 50% CDR is 100% haste. So haste is a measurement of percent more casts, right? So if you have 50% CDR, you double your casts or 100% bonus uptime. Now CDR was kind of problematic for a couple of reasons because you would stack 40%, right? Like if you want like Trinity, hold on, went Trinity, and then you went like Frozen Heart, that's 20 and 20, and that's 40. You've already capped out, and then every single time you buy a new item, you are literally just overcapping. So instead, Ability Haste isn't capped, but it's way weaker. And another problem was CDR worked way better when you stacked. So a champion like Cassiopeia got way more gains than someone like Tahm Kench, who just bought a Kindle Gem. So as you can see here, 10 is about 10. From 10 to 20 is a 14% increase. So 0 to 10 is about 11. 10 to 20 is about 14. 20 to 30 is about 17. 30 to 40 is about 24. And then if you take Cosmic Insight, 40 to 45 is a 15% jump in increase of damage or CC. That's equivalent to 10%. So if Cassiopeia hit 40% and then decided to take Cosmic Insight during her game, she got more value than Tahm Kench buying a Kindle Gem. So, as you can see, a little problematic. Instead we have haste. A lot of items have haste, but again, it's not that easy to stack. So let's start with the components. So your support item is going to be the same. Boots are on the side now, so you go. I'm getting used to these icons, but so first up is this new item. It's called Banner Glass Mirror. It's got CDR. It's got haste on it. Sorry, it's going to take a while to get used to. It's got haste on it. Aegis of the Legion also has haste on it, but Forbidden Idol no longer has haste on it. Now let's just start with the actives. So we're going to start with Locket, and then we're just going to fill our build with like, I don't know, random stuff. I don't know. Okay. Minion. So as you can see here, it has an aura. Let's walk out of range. They have 0 aura. I walk into range. They have 11. So it's got an aura now. Locket is literally the same item as it is. Then we have Shrelia. So Shrelia still grants move speed. It's decaying now, but additionally, allies that are affected get Battle Song, which increases the damage you deal for the next 3 attacks. Alright, so you can see that 45 on hit right there. That's from Shrelia's. In my opinion, I think Locket's like pretty broken, because you're essentially 11 free resist is like pretty crazy. After that, you have the 2 enchant items, Moonstone Reaver. So Moonstone Reaver I can't really show because target dummies don't take damage. But what it does is it auto heals within this range. So while I'm doing this in combat, while I'm doing this in combat, it will auto heal the lowest target in range. So every single time you spend in combat, that heal that it auto does goes higher. So this, you can see, it's at 4. So just imagine while I'm doing this and this guy is not full health, he's just gonna heal. And then finally, the last new mythic is Imperial Mandate. So Imperial Mandate is Leona passive. As you can note, when you slow or immobilize, so when it roots, it's gonna have a little mark. If this guy damages this target, we both get movement speed and it deals damage. So pretty cool. I didn't show the item builds. It's Kindle Negus, Kindle, and Winged Moonplate. This is pretty much Aether Wisp. It's an HP Aether Wisp. This is Kindle and Bandleglass, and then this is Kindle and Bandleglass. So let's talk about some of the item changes, actually. Like I said, Forbidden Idol no longer has CDR, or haste, on it. Oblivion Orb actually now grants Grievous Wounds, so you can't make the mistake of building Morello in the wrong situation, because you're only building this because of healing reduction. So let's talk shop. So first up is Knight's Vow. So Knight's Vow is really cool because it no longer is this armor-focused item. It is just a tanky item, and you redirect 15% of the damage that they take. No longer is Knight's Vow going to be a bad item because you are ranged or melee, right? No longer is Knight's Vow going to feel bad because you're fighting MR. You don't heal off it anymore, but you do get a Soraka passive if they have less than 50 health, gain movement speed. It's just Knight's Vow. As you can see here, it's Crystalline Bracer, Kindle Gem, Reju Bead. So let's talk Zeke's. So you have to line yourself with someone, and if you immobilize them, you can see this little crystal here. They take bonus damage. Literally just on hit bonus, take bonus damage. Your accomplice attacks on hit and ability apply 57 magic damage. So, really cool. Next up, Dead Man's Plate is pretty sure it's the same item. Gargoyle. So Gargoyle is a new one. So the biggest change here is you get more upfront stats, and it's way more tanky. It's a 3,300 gold item. Really expensive. But you get a shield now. So you get a shield rather than base health, which means it's going to be not that good on the Locket anymore. And instead of having the 3 champion requirement, it's just whenever you take damage from a champion, you get stacks. Now this is actually a percentile. It says 2, but it's a percentile of what you have, I'm pretty sure. Next up. Ardent Sensor is the same item, just no longer has ability haste. Redemption is the same item, it just has more ability haste. Mikhail's Blessing is a new item, or the same item, but it provides a heal now. I didn't think about this, actually. Hold on. I think I should be able to time it here with Jack. If Jax engages on me... Okay, I messed up. Hold on. We're gonna have to wait for Jax to... Alright, I have to watch his counter-strike. Alright. I can't do it. I can't show you, because I'm bad. But Mikhail's now has a heal on it, rather than slow immunity. So if you... Oh, wait, you can actually just see the heal. So it's got a heal now. And then the last new item is Staff of Flowing Water. So Staff of Flowing Water, if you heal a target, they get AP and movement speed. 20 AP, and then I have bonus movement speed here. You can see I move faster. I actually don't know how this works versus Font of Life. I don't know if they just get the buff off of Font. It'd be really broken if it did. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, our Athene's is gone from the game. So that's why they have stuff like Staff of Flowing Water and Moonstone Reaver. Next, we're going to talk about some of the more situational items for tank supports. Well, this is not a tank support item. First is Chemtech Purifier. Petrifier. So it builds from Oblivion Orb and Bandle Glass. So it's got the support item and it's got the Grievous Wound. So this is the cheap Grievous Wound item. So it gives you AP, haste, and mana regen. And if you apply magic damage, they get Grievous Wounds. If you immobilize a target, you get enhanced Grievous Wounds. So, really cool. Most supports do have some way to hard CC. Like Lulu can just hit W, and that's hard CC. Really neat. Zonia's is 2,500 gold. I'm sure you don't need to be told how Zonia's works. Abyssal Mask is really cool because if you immobilize an enemy, they take bonus damage. You can tell. So it's 10% for 4 seconds. That was a 68 auto. 61. Cool. Cool. Isn't that awesome? Randuin's. I mean, these items are, I'm sure, these are pretty much functionally the same items. Randuin's Omen, it's active, has the critical strike damage reduction, but also attack damage reduction. So, do these things have, no, they don't have AD, so I'm not going to bother. Again, I'm sure you know how this works. I'm sure you know how Frozen Heart works. Force of Nature is very expensive, but if you take damage, you gain movement speed and magic resist. It's whatever. Spirit Visage now works on shielding, by the way. Thornmail is also has that if you immobilize a champion, you apply enhanced Grievous Wounds. And then that's pretty much it. You're not going to really touch any of these other items. I mean, if you're Pike, you'll touch like Duskblade. But I'll get to that if I make an Assassin one. And then if you're a mage support, you still have Rylai's. Here's Demonic Embrace. It's Liandry's, but if you apply your burn, you get bonus resists. Rylai's is, I think, 30% is a buff. So Horizon Focus is really cool for skill shots. So if you land one 470, so it's like, as you can see, it reveals them and deals bonus damage. Really cool for skill shot champions. Rabadon's still Rabadon, and then I want to talk about Everfrost. So Liandry's is still the same thing, but it's just like stronger. But Everfrost is pretty powerful, by the way. So this is what it looks like. It's got a 20-second cooldown, by the way, as you can see here. You actually can reduce it because you can get access to item haste, but so if you land it in the center, it's a root, and if you land it in the side, it's a slow. You can't flash with it, but this is pretty good. This is actually a pretty sleeper OP item. It's got such a low cooldown. And then before we end this wrap up this support video, I want to talk about this new item called Stirring Wardstone. So you need to be level 13 to buy it, which makes it a pretty late game purchase. So we're just gonna get level 13. We're gonna buy our Stirring Wardstone. We're gonna put a point in here, max out our W, and then point Q. So you have the first one, and it stores up to 3 purchase control wards, which I should have done. See? Note how your control wards now go in here. Now, it evolves once you place 20, which is, just let me do that. Here we go, so it evolved. So now it increases your stealth and control ward placement by 1. So that's pretty scary. So you can have 2 control wards on the map, and you can have 4 vision wards on the map. So that's pretty crazy. Now, right here, it offers 25 ability haste, which is, what am I getting? Oh, I have Transcendence. Oops. But if you upgrade it, you get 40 ability haste and 10 movement speed. So like I was saying, you get 40 ability haste, which is the highest a single item offers in the game, which is really cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to the new items. So you have Locket and Shrelia. Just to sum up again. Forbidden Idol no longer has CDR or haste. Bandoglass now has haste. Aegis of the Legion now has haste. Shrelia and Locket are mythics. This one has an aura, which is probably going to be the one that you're building all the time. Low key. Shrelia's now has on hit. Knight's Vow is more generic and just a better tankier item. Generic item. Zeke's is also more generic. As you can see, it has health now and just 30 armor. And provides on hit on immobilized targets. Gargoyle Stoneplate is more expensive and is now a shield. As well as it scales off taking damage from a unique champion. Moonstone Reaver now just auto heals the lowest health ally in range, and this heal scales over time in combat. Imperial Mandate marks targets that are slowed or immobilized, dealing magic damage, and then if an ally detonates the mark, it deals bonus magic damage and grants move speed. Ardent Censer no longer has ability haste. Redemption's pretty much the same. Mikhail's now has a heal rather than CC immunity and slow resist. I don't remember. Movement speed. Staff of Flowing Water is a new item. Has no ability haste again. Should remind you that these healing items actually have no haste on them. Heals and shields grant movement speed and AP. This is also just a really strong item, even if your AD doesn't use AP. Putrefier is a support or a hard CC mage focused grievous wound item. If you immobilize them, you get 60%. Zonia's is cheaper, way cheaper, which makes it a much more viable option for those supports like Swain and Morg. Abyssal Mask has this really cool immobilized damage amp on it, which makes it a pretty cool niche item if you need MR. Randolin's is pretty much the same. It's not really a common item on supports. Frozen Heart is pretty much the same, but it's got this cool rock solid thing. Another niche item. Force of Nature I don't think is going to see much use, but again, these tank items are always niche. Spirit Visage now works on shielding as well. Thornmail applies grievous wounds on immobilizing targets. Warmogs is Warmogs. And then for the mage items, Leandries is Leandries, but it's stronger. I don't think I need to show you guys that. Everfrost is a really cool GLP. Morello's Morello, but it no longer has any sorts of pen on it, so don't build it. Rylai's is slightly stronger. Demonic Embrace is your new Leandries if you don't buy the Mythic. It is more, it is a much more fighter focus because it has resists. I don't know how realistic you're building this. Horizon Focus is really good on skill shots, and Rabadon's is Rabadon's. If you're an assassin, we're going to talk about these later. just note that Eclipse and Duskblade Adraxthar. Prowler's Claw is actually pretty decent on Pipe, but we'll talk about that some other time. So I'll probably do the oh, and the Sightstone. You buy this at level 13 if you're a support, and maybe if you're a jungler. It holds your vision wards, and then if you upgrade it, you get a buttload of haste, and you get more caps, you get more ward placement caps. So that should wrap it up for the support video. I'm probably gonna do an 80 carry one. I know this is like really late because I've been busy, pretty much doing homework. So yeah, thanks.